Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and happy Pokemon Day for those of you that are into Pokemon like I have been over the past year. And for today, I actually just wanted to go over my Pokemon collection because I actually started collecting just a little bit past a year, but I'm just going to say for this video, this is going to be my collection after 1 year of collecting Pokemon cards. Nowadays, I've transformed more into a Pokemon player rather than a collector, but I still do have that collector in me, and I do collect certain Pokemon cards of every set that comes out. So we'll go over that today. We'll see how my collection has transformed over the past year. And I also want to show you guys not only my Pokemon cards, but we're going to go over all the different playmats that I've gathered over the past year. I'm going to show you guys my decks because apart from my binders, I also have a bunch of Pokemon decks that I think you guys should look at if you guys want to see my whole Pokemon card collection. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started with showing you guys my binder collection. Alright, so we're going to start off with this big yellow binder, which is the first binder that I bought from Vault X. Actually, technically, this is the first binder that I ever bought, but I quickly transitioned from this binder to a Vault X binder because, well, this one has a lot of waifus, but I just didn't like the quality of the sleeves. It's a 3-ring binder. You guys watch Pat Flim from Deep Pocket Monsters, which I'm sure if you're at all interested in Pokemon, you've definitely seen him. But there is one thing that he always preaches, and that is not to practice
bad binder behavior.
So I quickly transitioned from this into Vault X, which I just love the quality of Vault X. Some of my newer binders aren't Vault X because I did buy some at my local TCG shop, and I think the quality is decent, and I just have a little system going on now moving forward. So we'll talk about that later, but I did purchase a Vault X binder first, and I just love the quality of these. I got a yellow one because Pokemon Pikachu, yellow, that's why I got it. And I started collecting last year when Silver Tempest came out. So the first master set that I ever completed of any Pokemon set has been Silver Tempest. And after doing complete master sets for 2 sets, I decided I am no longer gonna be doing that, and I did something different going into the Scarlet and Violet era. But I did complete 2 full master sets. I say full, but to me, as long as I have one, either the reverse holo or non-reverse holo of each card, that is a-okay with me. I do not have to have the non-holo version and the reverse holo version. That is just way too much, and I would go crazy trying to complete those type of sets. So kudos to those of you that do that. That is awesome, but just I don't have the time to do that. So I just did this starting forward, and now I do some even less than this. But this is pretty much my Silver Tempest collection. I will just kind of flip through the pages here, cover some of my favorite, which this lit, and is this the good one? This attack does 20 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. Yes! I'm gonna need a few of these going into the Temporal Forces set because that is a good attacker for a deck that I have planned to build there. But yep, love Alolan Vulpix V-Star, beautiful. I just love Vulpix, and the Alolan version looks much better in my opinion. Let's see, what else do we got here? We're moving into Psychic Pokemon, into the Fighting Pokemon. I do not like the Hisuian Arcanine V, much prefer the OG version, not a fan of that one. Zubat, Golbat, and Crobat, definitely have to shout those out for Hit, though that is his favorite Pokemon, so have to shout that out. What else do we got here? Alright, so now we're moving into Lugia, which this is pretty much the main reason why I got convinced into collecting Pokemon cards during the Silver Tempest set, because it wasn't for Zoro Fan 2. He was the one that kept pushing for me to start collecting Pokemon cards on my Discord server. He showed me the Silver Tempest set and mentioned that there's going to be some beautiful Lugia cards, which, oh, I actually don't even have that card in here. I need to get ready for that to show you guys when the time is right, which I just realized I need to show you guys my Slab collection as well. So we'll go over that after my binders. But yeah, he showed me one card from this set that I fell in love with, and I had to get it. So that's where my Pokemon collecting journey started. So it's all thanks to Zoro Fan 2. Anybody who doesn't enjoy my Pokemon content have Zoro Fan 2 to blame. Me personally, I am definitely grateful for that because now Pokemon is one of my favorite hobbies, and I have a lot of fun with it. Way more fun than any other hobby that I participate in, just because it requires me to go out, socialize, and make friends, and it's just a lot of fun in my opinion. So definitely one of the better hobbies to get yourself into. But moving away from the Lugias here, we have to talk about the Forest Seal Stone because even though this is not a Pokemon card, one of the best cards in the Pokemon TCG right now. Pretty much every deck has one of those. So good. If you attach it to a Pokemon V, it lets you search for any Pokemon card in your deck. So yeah, very good card right there. I have to shout that one out as well. We got Worker here, which that's not the right place to mention it, but there's another section where there's a full art. Oh, we'll get to it. Now we're going into the full arts here. So favorite one on this page again has to be that Alolan Vulpix. Super cute. To be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the full arts. I much prefer this type of style right here, which is another reason that I really love Pokemon cards right now. Just the art, I think, is the best that it has ever been. They started in Sword and Shield era with these alternate art variants, and now moving into the Scarlet and Violet, they do the illustration rares, and special illustration rares, which are just beautiful artwork. You guys will see later, but man, do I love Pokemon card art right now. I think it's the best that it's ever been, and especially for collectors, it's perfect because a lot of the illustration rares nowadays from the Scarlet and Violet era, they aren't that expensive. Like, they used to go crazy in the Sword and Shield era, but nowadays they're pretty cheap. I don't understand why. There's like this whole debate about why people dislike the current eras, but I think that's more so investors and not really collectors or people that play the game. People that play the game definitely love this current era because just of the beautiful artworks that you can use in all of your decks, including me. But one thing we do need to talk about here is that in place of this Lugia V, because you actually have this card right here, which is what I mentioned earlier. This was the one card that I fell in love with and made me want to start collecting Pokemon cards, the Lugia V. I have it slabbed. I only have one of these. I never ended up pooling it, so I had to buy a single of it. It was very expensive, and I only got a 9.5, but that's fine. 9.5 is better than, I guess, a 9 or anything below. But yeah, love this card. Had to slab it up. And yeah, because I have this in here, I ended up purchasing this Japanese Lugia V-Star, which actually is not available in the US right now. This art is only available in Japan as of now, so I decided to put that in there for the slot of this Pokemon card. But yeah, love that card. That is definitely what got me back into collecting Pokemon cards. And then here's where we have to talk about the Worker, because I actually use the full art Worker in my Goldango deck. So for now, I just put that one in there because I only have 4 full art Workers and they're all in my Goldango deck. All right, now we're going into the rainbows, which they actually stopped doing these, and I'm all for it because I never really enjoyed the rainbow cards. The cards look much better with their normal color. You guys can, just to show you guys an example, where's the example? So here's Serena, and here's the color Serena. So definitely think that this one right here looks way better than the rainbow version. I just was never really a big fan. It's just a inferior color scheme in my opinion. Then we're moving into the gold cards, which I very much love gold cards. I do, whenever I build a deck, I always try to bling it out with some gold cards. So yep, love those. We got the Lugia right there. I actually think the gold Lugia looks pretty good. All gold cards look good. I just love all gold cards. But then after the gold cards, we move into what they used to call the Galarian Gallery. So for Silver Tempest and Crown Zenith, that's what this section here is called. Love all of these artworks as well. This is pretty much what the illustration rares are now during the Scarlet and Violet era, but love this one. My favorite one has to be the Flaffy, also because I play that in my Miraidon deck, and I just love looking at that artwork. I think it's really cute with the, forget her name. What is her name? Alessa Sparkle? Yeah, that's her name. Then we get into some of the V's and V-Star Galarian Galleries here, which from these, definitely love that Rayquaza VMAX. Really cool artwork. I wish I could get the Rayquaza from Evolving Skies, but that card is like $600. So for now, I am happy with this alt art here from Silver Tempest. That one much cheaper, and I think it still looks pretty dang cool. Then we get into some of the trainers. We get the gold Pokemon, which is just Rayquaza VMAX and Duraludon VMAX. And then that's it. We got the Lucario V-Star, which this was the promo that you got inside of the... Oh no, wait, sorry. This is for Crown Zenith. So this is the promo that you got inside of Crown Zenith. So I think starting at Crown Zenith, they started to include a promo into every ETB. So that's how I started to start my sets out. So whenever there's a promo, I put the promo card at the beginning of the set, so that kind of indicates that we're moving on to the next set. And then usually I also put one at the end, but I think for this one it got filled, so we didn't do that here. But I definitely did do that moving forward in the Scarlet and Violet era, which you guys will see later. But yep, we're moving into Crown Zenith, which is everybody's favorite set. It does have a lot of beautiful Pokemon. We got the Leafeon V-Star, got a lot of Charizards. We had a new Radiant Zard, pretty much an alt-art Radiant Charizard, which is pretty cool. I personally still prefer the Pokemon Go version. We got some waters, some electric Pokemon. The big thing for Crown Zenith is the Galarian Gallery section. So I'm going to quickly move through these sections so you guys can just see proof that I do have the Master set here. And then I think we're starting to get into the, no, not yet. We're going into the Metal Pokemon. We got some more Rayquazas, some more VMAXs. For some reason, they included like 2 VMAXs of Rayquaza that look very similar to each other, and it was very confusing when I was completing the set. I was like, wait, do I already have this one or not? And apparently I didn't. There's just 2 different Rayquaza VMAXs right next to each other that look very similar to each other. Then we got Duraludon over there, and then we go into the colorless, and then we move into some trainer cards. We got some supporters. We got another Alyssa Sparkle right here. Love this one. Definitely my favorite Alyssa Sparkle. Unfortunately, it is going to be rotating, so no longer played. So that one will always just stay there in my binder. And then here is where you start the Galarian Gallery. So the energies indicate the start of the Galarian Gallery, and they start off with a beautiful Pikachu. Honestly, one of my favorite cards. This Pikachu is so nice. I just realized that I never did end up sending one to get graded just because I couldn't find one that I pulled, at least, that was in good conditions. There's always something that I find in those. So never did ever send one to get graded, but I do love that Pokemon card. I believe it was my favorite card for a while when Crown Zenith came out, but now there is just so many beautiful cards. I have so many favorites. But yeah, moving forward, you guys can see all this beautiful artwork. I'll point out some of my favorites, but they're all beautiful. Love the Bibarel, of course, because it is very playable. A lot of decks use the Bibarel, but I remember when I was pulling Crown Zenith, I pulled a lot of these Bibarels and I hated it because at the time of Crown Zenith, I was not playing the TCG yet. And now I regret I think I traded them or sold them off. I don't remember what I did with them, but now I regret not keeping some of them. I actually still do have quite a bit of them, so I have a lot of these in my decks, but now it's one of my favorite cards, so I'm glad that I pulled a lot of those. Then right here, this is pretty cool. So right in this section right here, it is not numbered correctly because I did want to complete this picture frame here, which is what they were kind of trying to do here. So these 9 Pokemon right here together make up one image, and you can kind of see it there. Really cool picture right here. I wish they did more of this. I really like this, and I just think it looks really nice inside the binder. So hopefully they do more of this. And then on the side here, we have the 3 legendary beasts. Some of my favorite Pokemon growing up because I did grow up with the Silver and Gold era. And out of these 3, my favorite is Suicune, then Entei, then Raikou. I just love the scenery from these 2, and Suicune being my favorite one. Moving on, love the Lumineon. I love the Glaceon, love the Leafeon. Oh, this right here was my favorite card for a while. This is definitely my favorite card from Crown Zenith. I think it surpasses my love for the Lugia V. I just think it is so awesome that you have Mewtwo versus Charizard here, and then later they came out with the Charizard UPC, which had this same battle but from the perspective of Charizard, and it is the Charizard V-Star. So I will also show you guys that later when I go into my Slab collection, because I did slab both of these up. So I do have 2 of these Mewtwo's. One is in the binder and another one did get graded, and I will show you guys what I got for that grade later. All right, so yeah, my favorite Pokemon card up to this point. Honestly, it still might be up there, man. I should probably do like a top 10 Pokemon cards that I own. I think that would be a fun video as well. And then I think the Pokemon ends right here with Zoroark V-Star, which I also think is just a beautiful looking card. I did play this card for a bit because I did have a Zoroark deck, but yeah, I just love the artwork on that one. I think it looks really cool. We go into some trainers. Love Cynthia's Ambition. That's probably my favorite trainer card. Although lately, I've been playing some decks with Chorus Experiments, and I didn't notice that he was holding a hamburger right there. And I don't know, I just think that's kind of cool because I love hamburgers. And I don't know, I just kind of like this card more now that I realize that he's holding a hamburger. Gardenia's Vigor is pretty nice as well. Irida, I do like this Irida over the other full art Irida. Roxanne is pretty nice. And I'm missing my Palkia V-Star gold card. I do have it, but again, it is in my Goldango deck, so we will see that later. I did just put a regular Palkia V-Star in place of that one, but I got the Dialga, Giratina, and the Arceus V-Star. The Giratina being the big card from this set, so I will give you guys a close-up of that one. I kind of probably should take it out of the sleeve so you guys can see the full texturing and everything. I just love these cards. They look so nice. But yeah, I think my favorite is actually Arceus. So I just think Arceus looks like so kind of godlike there, like the pose and everything, and the fact that it's like a gold card. I think that one's my favorite, definitely. I think that one should have been the biggest hit from this set, but I think it is still the Giratina V-Star. It used to be going for like $200+. I think now it's down to like 100 or maybe even less. And then down here, I just have some promos from Crown Zenith. So there was a Pikachu VMAX box collection, and then there was 10s for the Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. So that completes my binder. So this binder perfectly fit 2 master sets all the way up till the end where I put all the promos that I got from Crown Zenith. The only ones that didn't fit in here actually are the Zacian and Zamazenta collection boxes, which I think I put those in my personal collection binder, so we'll see that later. But that is it for my yellow binder. Let's go ahead and move on to the Scarlet and Violet era. So you guys will notice I am now using an Ultra Pro binder for these Pokemon cards because I don't know why, I just got this one from my TCG shop, and moving forward, because I started with Ultra Pro, and I think the quality is definitely better in the Vault X, but Ultra Pro is still fine. So for now, I am putting my collection in here, and I do have a red binder because I'm starting off with Scarlet, and then once I fill this binder up, I will get a purple binder again from Ultra Pro because they have one at the TCG shop. And then I'm just gonna go alternate between red, purple, because it is the Scarlet and Violet era. So that's what I'm kind of doing with this set. So for the Scarlet and Violet era, I am not doing master sets. I really just, whenever an ETB comes out, I go through the booklet and I just circle all of my favorite cards from that set. I usually try and get all the EXs, but I don't necessarily always get all of them. Like I am missing some EXs here. I just got some of my favorites. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm just collecting my favorite cards from each set, and that's why the collection is so small here. But you can see that I did start off with a Charizard from the Pokemon Center because with Scarlet and Violet, ETBs now have stamped cards. So started off with the Charizard, love the Armor Rouge, and this one is going to be super short, but Dondozo, one of my favorite decks right now. Freaking love Dondozo. Here we have the Spidup and the Tarantula. So they kind of did something similar to that what we saw in Crown Zenith, where we have 2 Pokemon cards next to each other to make one full artwork, which I think is really cool. But I think the winner from this set definitely has to be this Gardevoir family here. They don't connect to each other to make one full artwork, but each card tells its own individual story, and it kind of just progresses with time. So we got Ralts here with some newlyweds moving into a new home. Then it evolves into Curlia. We got the family now has a baby. And then we got the Gardevoir here with the family now being in old age. So it just goes to show that the life expectancy of Pokemon is much larger than that of pets. So yeah, these are definitely my 3 favorite cards from this set. And I will say, you can also notice that I do mix Japanese with English. So if I ever find a card in Japanese, I don't mind mixing Japanese with English as long as the artwork, the artwork is the same, right? So to me, I don't care. The numbering does get messed up, but that's fine. I usually just go with the numbering in the ETB booklet. But moving on here, the Miriam was the big hit card from this set. I believe I did end up purchasing that one, and I bought it for way more than it is going for now because it has dropped significantly. Moving forward, we got Koraidon and Miraidon. Also, very beautiful artwork for these. I do think that the Gardevoir has it beat out. And then that's it. So it stops right here. You can see that we have the Miraidon promo that came in the Violet Miraidon ETB, because there was two, one for Miraidon and one for Koraidon. So that was the end of the ETB. After that, I usually put in some promos that I get during the time frame that that particular set is out. So the Scarlet and Violet set, I got these promos right here. My favorite one definitely has to be this Arcanine. I just love Arcanine, so definitely gravitate towards that one over these other Pokemon cards that came out during that time. And then moving into Paldea Evolved. So we have the promo here from Paldea Evolved. Love that promo. Love Meowscarada and Fuecoco. Quaxly not so much, but these two are definitely cute. I think together this is just a beautiful card in my opinion. Definitely one of my favorite cards as well. This would probably make it into like top 10. I don't know. I really have to think about it and make a list. I think that would be very fun. So Paldea Evolved is a very good set in my opinion. Probably like in my top 3 sets. They just have so many good cards. They have the Squawk ability. I love this Magikarp. Moving over here, we have this beautiful Meowscarada artwork, which I don't understand why this card is so cheap right now. It's such a beautiful card. Just sucks that it's not very playable right now. We got the Skeledirge, the Quackavole. I love these right here. Love what they did with the starters here. My personal favorite definitely has to be that Meowscarada. I just love that Sprigatito. It's so cute. The Meowscarada as well. They just all look so beautiful. From the Skeledirge line, definitely love Fuecoco. I think that one's super cute. This one's I mean, it's cute, but I just never like Fuecoco is just the best out of all of these. I just think Fuecoco looks really cute and like dumb. I don't know why. I just really like Fuecoco. I don't love the evolutions of him though, to be honest. Although this card is pretty cool. And then this guy, he's just the black sheep of the family. Nobody loves him. So then we got these guys right here. Nothing too crazy. Excalibur, another amazing card that's used in a lot of, well, not a lot, it's generally just used in Chimpao, but very good card in Chimpao. Tinkaton EX, love Tinkaton. I'm actually playing Tinkaton in my Goldengo deck right now. Got a beautiful Tyranitar card, one of my favorite Pokemon, and I love the artwork on that one. Got some full arts. Again, not a fan of full arts, but I actually do think this Chimpao full art looks pretty cool. And I actually really like the Squawkabilly EX full art. I think I prefer this one to the one that just came out in the shiny set. I just love the background color. I think the background color with the color of Squawkabilly just pops really nicely. So that's definitely one of my favorite full art Pokemon. Love that Tinkaton as well. And then going into the supporters, one of the best supporters right now in the TCG has to be this Iono. It is a beautiful card. And yeah, this is why I love this set. It just has so many good cards. This Iono probably being one of the best cards in the Pokemon TCG ever. But all of these supporter cards look very nice. I even like this Saguaro. I usually only put waifus in my collection, but I love this card so much that I just had to include it. I just think he looked really cool there with the Jigglypuff and all the other Pokemon. I just love all the colors in it. I think it looks really nice. The Chimpao special illustration rare, beautiful card right there. Squawkabilly as well. And then we just have the gold cards over here. And then it ends off with another Pikachu promo from an ETB. And then these are the promos that I got during that time, including these down here, which are the McDonald's promos. So love these. These actually have like a unique hollow design to them. So that's really cool. During the time that they had this, I definitely ordered a lot of Happy Meals. Then after that, a lot of people don't tend to like this set for some reason, but it does have one of the best cards right now in the TCG, which is the Charizard EX. This set is all about Charizard, which is why the promo is the Charmander. So we're starting off there with that Charmander promo. Love this card. I am currently still waiting for the Bulbasaur and the Squirtle to make its way over to the US because it was released in Japan. It is artwork similar to this one, where it's the Pokemon with the Pidgey and similar art style. So still hoping that they can bring that over here sometime soon. Hopefully they don't just keep it in Japan. But moving on into the set, these are the cards that I decided to collect from this set. Love the Lapras, thought the Froakie was cute, loved the Finizen, I thought these Magneton evolution line looked pretty cool. Tyranitar EX, one of my favorite Pokemon, so of course had to put that in the binder. This right here, this Espeon is actually a promo. You guys can see that it has that Obsidian Flames stamp. And I forgot where I got this one. I think it was from Best Buy, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I think it was Best Buy because there's also promos like this from GameStop, but I hate it because they actually have a GameStop stamp instead of like, I just think it's much better to have the set stamp. I think that looks really cool. So glad to add that one in here. Then we have the Charizard EX, the big Pokemon, one of the best decks right now. So I personally do love that Charizard EX. I think it's very good, and I did play it for quite a bit. And it did me pretty good. I didn't make it pretty far into a cup once. Then this is the GameStop promo. So this is the Umbreon from this set, but I decided to put in the GameStop promo into the binder because it does have that stamp. But personally, not a big fan of that GameStop stamp. I just think it's very ugly in my opinion. So, but still better than just the plain one. So I still decided to put that there. Pidgeot EX, another great card from this set that's very playable, not only in Charizard, a lot of other decks play it as well. So another great card from this set. Although I will say the only cards that I've said are good are the Charizard and the Pidgeot, right? Yeah, so it's really just those two, I think. The Scizor is alright. I think that's good in some Goldango list. I do like the Tyranitar. Actually, I forgot I mentioned that one as well. I love this Pidgey. Unfortunately, that is not a good Pidgey. People play the 50 HP Pidgey that comes out in a later set. But I do love this special illustration rare. Tyranitar EX Full Art. Love that one. I do have a deck with a bunch of those. We got the Full Art Charizard EX, Full Art Pidgeot EX. And then this was the big card at the time, which... this one, I actually pulled two of these. I was very lucky with this set, and I pulled, because it was such a small set, I guess, it was easy to pull these. And out of my first two booster boxes, I pulled two of these Charizard EXs. I did end up trading my second one for a bunch of cards from this set. So usually when I first start buying a set, if I pull like two of a big card, I usually trade them to try to get more cards from this set as singles. Because I know that early on, these cards are generally worth way more than they are later on. And that definitely was the case. I believe I traded it for $100 worth of value. And right now this card is going for about 55. So definitely got my money's worth from that second pull. And it did give me quite a bit of the collection that you see here. But yeah, that's definitely the best card from this set. Love that card. Although... I don't even know if I would put this one in like my top 10 artworks, to be honest. I think it looks cool, but it's not one of my favorites. And then something new that I started to do, starting with Obsidian Flames, was because I started to go into a lot more pre-releases, is I put every single one of the pre-release promos at the end of the set as well. And I actually put these before I end off the set. So I put in the pre-release promos, then I put this, and then I put the rest of the promos. So these are all the promos that I got during the Obsidian Flame set. This Oddish is actually pretty cool because this was to promote one of their series. I forget what it was called, but Path to the Peak, I think. And I thought it was really cool that they just released a promo for that. So I think that Oddish is pretty cute. And I probably could have started Paradox Rift here, but I don't know, I just like starting off a new set in a brand new page, so there's always just going to be this gap here because I guess maybe I can go back and try to find some more promos that were released in this era to see if I can fill those out, but these are just my favorite ones, so that's the ones that I added here. But moving into Paradox Rift, my current favorite set until Temporal Forces comes out. This just has so many great cards as well, although honestly, I don't know. It's between this and Paradox and Paldea Evolved. I was very excited about just looking at the sets right now. I just felt like Paldea Evolved was just very good in my opinion. But let's take a look. Let's see how I feel about this one. So we got the Screamtail. That's the promo that you get from the Ancient box. Then we got the Armor Rouge EX, which is one of my favorite decks right now. I actually do play that deck quite a bit. We got the, what else? We got the Iron Hand, which is very good in a lot of decks as well. I actually play that in my Armor Rouge deck. We got some more Tinkatinks, Tinkatons, but these are not as good as the one in Paldea Evolved. Oh my god, we got the Iron Valiant. This right here, I love this card right here and building decks with this card. I have like 5 decks right now that play Iron Valiant because I just love the mechanic of the ability that Tachyon Bits does 20 damage anytime you move, or 2 damage counters anytime you move this card into the active spot. So I just love switching around and moving damage around on the board. I just think it's a very fun card. So yeah, already there's a lot of cards here that are very good. We got the Armarouge EX, Iron Hands, Iron Valiant, then the Roaring Moon, which created a whole new archetype, and I love that deck as well. I did play that one quite a bit too. This Skeledirge EX was better than the one in Paldean Evolved, but still not that great. I still don't play it that much. And we also got Gholdengo EX, which is another new deck that came out with this set, and that is my current favorite deck that I'm playing right now because I kind of play a new variant that I don't see anybody else play it. I play Gholdengo EX with Tinkaton, and I actually just placed 3rd at a challenge, and today at a Pack Pro Win I went undefeated with that deck, so I think it is very good in my opinion. Then we go into the illustration rares. Beautiful cards. Love this set right here. Again, the combination of 2 cards. Love it. Groudon, the card that for some reason is pretty up there in terms of value. It goes for like 30 bucks or something. Beautiful card. I do love it. I understand why. And then we have the Gholdengo, so another card that combines to make one full artwork. And I think this one is very effective. I just think they look very cool on top of each other. They're both crossing their arms. I think it looks very nice. And I actually play 2 of these in my deck. The Morpeko is good inside of inside of Roaring Moon. Steelix, I love this artwork. This would be up there in terms of one of my favorite arts. I just think it looks really cool. The Steelix is just kind of helping out some construction workers. Got the Armarouge EX full art, so yeah, there is definitely a lot of cool cards, but thinking about it, I think I might like how they evolved more. I just love the artwork of the cards. I love the I don't know, I can't say that though. I don't know, it definitely goes back and forth because I think playability wise I prefer this set over Paldean Evolved, but artwork wise I just love the starters. I just love the fact that the starters had their whole illustration / special illustration rare set. They didn't really do that with any 3 cards here except for I guess Gholdengo and Gimmighoul, but yeah, collectability wise, Paldean Evolved definitely, I think I like it better, but playability wise, I like this set better. Going on, we got Parasol Lady. This one would definitely make it into my top 10. I just think that card looks beautiful. It reminds me out of something that would come out of like an anime produced by those, what's the one that makes Kyoto Animations? Yeah, Kyoto Animations, I think is what they're called. This just looks so good. One of the best supporter cards in my opinion, artwork wise. Playability wise, nobody really plays that one. Then we got Professor Sada's Vitality, which I'm honestly not a big fan of the illustration rare. It's a good card, but something about Sada looks kind of strange in this one. I actually prefer the full art. I just think she looks badass on this one. Same thing with Rika. I actually prefer the full art over the special illustration rare. Again, I just think she looks badass in that one over this one. She's just kind of eating a lollipop. She looks kind of walking awkwardly in my opinion. I don't know. Parasol Lady? Honestly, they're both great. I love the full art and the special illustration rare. With Mela, definitely prefer the special illustration rare. I just think that one looks really cool. And then moving on, we got Tulip, great card, Garchomp EX. Don't love that special illustration rare. That's actually one of my least favorite special illustration rares. But I do love the Iron Valiant, the Iron Hands, and the Roaring Moon special illustration rares. Yeah, I just think they look so good, especially that Iron Valiant EX, just because I love Iron Valiant. And it also has the Iron Thorns? I forget what they call the future version of Tyranitar, but future Tyranitar, they have him there in the background, which I think is really cool. Yeah, this one I like the Iron Hands, but you kind of miss him. Like sometimes you don't even see him in the artwork. But it's still really cool. I still think it's probably my second favorite card from this set. Really nice. Actually, third favorite. Just wait till I make a top 10 list because this Altaria EX is also very beautiful. So yeah, very, very cool set. A lot of great cards. And then when we finish off the set, here's all the pre-release promos. And here are the Iron Bundle, which came in the Iron Valiant ETB. And then so far, these are the only two promos that I've gotten from this set. Which is Pikachu, by the way. You could only get this if you attend your league. So you have to go to a TCG shop, play, and they would have given you one of these. So it's really cool artwork. You have Pikachu versus Charizard there. I like the artwork on that one. I think it's really cool. And then we're moving on to the current set, which still have some gaps here. It's not complete. This is the only set. I mean, it is just the most recent set, so of course. But I'm actually very close to completing my set here. So if you guys saw my unboxing of my ETB, I actually started changing a lot of things up because I started to add a lot of cards and I didn't like the way it looked. So I decided to just collect the Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar, and then all the EXs, and then, well, the AXs that I don't already have from other sets because it is a reprint set, and then go into all of these shinies. I think it just looks much cleaner this way, so that's the way that I decided to do it. But this is what I got so far. I am missing Vileplume. We got the Charmander, Armor Rouge, Charmeleon, Charcadet, love all of those. Love the Slowbro, Staryu, Starmie, Dondozo. Not a big fan of that one actually. I much prefer the special illustration rare from Paldean Evolved. We got Tatsugiri, Baxcalibur. Again, I prefer the artwork from Paldean Evolved. The Pikachu, which I was very lucky to pull on like my first couple of packs. That card goes for like 50 bucks or something like that, and it's just a baby shiny. I am still missing the Luxray here. I am missing the Xatu. Love the Abra and the Kadabra. Here, I forget what I'm missing right here. Yeah, I can't remember. But I'm missing one card there. We got the Tinkaton, which for Tinkaton, I actually prefer the pre-release promo. It is one of my favorite artworks. That one is definitely in my top 10 list. I love this Annihilate though. I just love the eyes. Like, you can see that his eyes kind of glow red. I think it looks really cool. So, love that card. Then we got the Pidgey. This is actually the good Pidgey. This is the 50 HP Pidgey. So, I only have one of these so far, so it is in my binder, but I'm definitely going to be looking for more of these. Unfortunately, it is like a $15 card, so kind of expensive for just a regular old Pidgey, but I think it'll be worth it to put in your Charizard deck. So, need to look for more of those. We got Jigglypuff, Doduo, Dodrio, and then we're missing Ditto. We're missing Ditto right here, which again, that's like a $12 card. So hopefully I can trade for that. Then going into the full arts, I have all the full arts that I want to collect. I did exclude some here, the Toedscruel and the, there was another one that I excluded, but I can't remember. But yeah, we got the Espathra, Alakazam, Mew EX, Gardevoir EX, Cloudsire, and Noivern, as well as Pidgeot. And then here's the Squawkabilly full art. So you guys remember earlier, if you guys remember the regular Squawkabilly EX full art from Paldean Evolved, I think that the orange background looks better, in my opinion. Although I do like the color scheme of Squawkabilly here. It looks kind of the same, but I think just this part is different. I kind of like it, but yeah, we'll still play the Paldean Evolved over that one. Then we get into the special illustration rares. So we got Nimona, Arven, Clive. Clive being my favorite of all of the supporter special illustration rares, even more so than Iona. I'm actually not a big fan of this one, to be honest. I prefer the one from Paldean Evolved. Reason being is because when I got this card, I did trade for it, but I thought it was damaged. I saw this line right here. I was like, what? Why does it have a streak there? That's damaged. But nope. We looked at several and they all have that. That is part of the design. And I'm not a fan because it looks like there's a huge scratch in the middle of the card. But otherwise, I still just prefer the artwork from Paldean Evolved. But here, I just love this Clive because, I don't know, it just looks funny. I love the art style about it. I just love we got like a little Psyduck right here. We got Sylveon, we got Charcadet, all some of my favorite Pokemon. So Yeah, I just love this card. There's so much to look at in there. And then over here, the only two special illustration cards that I'm missing is going to be that Mew and the Charizard EX. Of course, the two biggest cards, both worth about like 250 together. So, I don't know. I'm eventually going to try and like I've already purchased way too much Paldean Fate, so I don't think I'm going to be trying to pull it anymore. I am probably just going to try and buy it as a single, get enough credit at my TCG shop with winning cups and challenges and pack per wins, and get enough credit to buy those, because I'm done trying to pull them. I do not want to do what I did with, which I didn't mention, but for the Silver Tempest era, for the Silver Tempest set, I ended up spending a lot of money trying to pull that Lugia V Altart. Couldn't pull it, and eventually just bought the single. So I'm not making that mistake anymore. Nowadays, all I do is I usually just buy 2 booster boxes of a new set, and that's it. After that, I just buy singles. So same thing with Paldean Fates here. The booster bundles just came out. I bought 4 of those. That's it. Didn't pull them, so moving forward, just gonna buy singles. But that's the end of Paldean Fates right here. Here are some of the promos. If you notice, these 2 are actually from the main set, but I put them back here just because I want to have them next to the promo cards. I just think them next to each other makes more sense. So I put them back here as opposed to putting them into the main set over there. But this just came out. This is actually for Pokemon Day, so if you guys have GameStop, or I believe Best Buy, and I think the Pokemon Center as well, if you just purchase $15 worth of Pokemon products, they will give you one of these. So I got this from my GameStop when I bought some booster bundles. So really cool card, Ceruledge. I do love the Armarouge, Charcadet, Ceruledge line, so had to go and get that. And the cool thing is that included with the Ceruledge, this goes behind it, kind of like that. But they have a promo for this Pokemon Horizons, and I thought it looked pretty cool. I like the artwork on it, so I just sleeved it up and I put it in here. And then going to the back, I did buy 1 of each of these as well. So I've opened quite a bit of Paldean Fates now. Almost done with it, so should be done by the time Temporal Forces comes out. And that is gonna do it for my binder collection for the different sets ever since Silver Tempest. So I am not gonna go back and try to complete master sets of any set before Silver Tempest, because I just want to track the cards from when I started collecting. So for any cards that come before Silver Tempest, I have a personal collection binder of cards that I just see in the wild and I like, and I just put them in there. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that now. All right, so continuing my trend of just getting new different binders, I just wanted to experiment with getting a big binder for my personal collections, because I knew I wanted to try and contain it as much as I can in one binder until I really have to get another one. So I wanted to get the biggest binder I could, and so I ended up getting this one, which is a 4x4 binder, which is very big, and it could contain a lot of cards. I forgot how many at this point, but this is what I got so far. So starting off, I have my Gengar collection. Gengar is my favorite Pokemon, so I started off with Gengar. One of my favorites right here has to be this shiny Gengar. I just love the shiny Gengar. I think the white, he just looks really cool in white. So that's one of my favorites. And then of course the special illustration rare. I actually, for my first regional, I ended up playing this deck, and I had this card in that deck. So I had a lot of comments whenever I would stick him out in my head. People would be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you're playing that in your deck." But I had to. I just think it looks so cool. So that's my Gengar collection. There's 2 more over here. I actually really love this artwork. I think it looks really cute. Then moving on, we're going to my second favorite Pokemon. We got Typhlosion right here. So again, Zoro fan 2, you can see his name right there. We do a lot of trading, and whenever we trade, he always gives me a card that is signed by him, and I did that as well whenever I would ship him some cards. But this is my current Typhlosion collection. My favorites has to be this one right here and this one. I love both of these. I actually don't like these, but I still got them just because I was able to find them, and I collect anything Typhlosion that I kind of like. There are some cards that I just don't like. Like, honestly though, I don't know what I'm saying because I don't like this card either, and I still bought it just because it's Typhlosion. So I feel like as long as if I see it in the wild and it is decently priced, I will probably pick it up if it's Typhlosion. But out of all of these two definitely my favorite, and I actually really love this one as well, the Dark Quilava. Love the artwork on that one. I think it looks really cool. All right, moving on, we got the Meganium and the Feraligatr here. We got a few cards there. I think this one's actually really cute. You can see there's like some sort of portal there. I think it looks really cool. Then this card I got recently, Professor Elm's Lecture. Had never seen it, but it has the 3 starters from Gen 2, so I had to pick that up and I put it in there. I think I traded for like nothing. And then we're moving into Charizard. Everybody loves Charizard, right? And so do I. So I have a Charizard section here. Favorite cards here has to be this Charizard V Special Illustration Rare. So this one is from the Scarlet or Sword and Shield era, but yep. Not trying to collect a master set, just grab some of my favorite cards. So I like this Charizard, so I got it. So this Dark Charmeleon actually reminds me of that Quilava. So it's funny how the second evolution of both of those have a similar art style for their dark variants. All right, and then we go into Blastoise and Venusaur here. Some of my favorites here has to be the Blastoise VMAX. I also played that at some point with Chimpao. I thought it was a very cool deck, but my favorites are definitely these tag teams. I love the tag team set. If there was any set that I would probably go back and try to get a master set of, it would probably be these tag team sets, but they are very expensive cards, so I am not going to do that. Instead, whenever I see a card that I like, decently priced, I will pick it up. But I have seen a lot of these in the wild, but they have been very expensive, so I don't pick them up. So yeah, slowly but surely, I will be picking more of these up though, because I do definitely love the art. From these, I probably think I like this one the most. I just think the Celebi and the Venusaur look really cool. So yeah, there's that. And then we go into my Eevee collection, which is probably my biggest collection so far because there are so many Eeveelutions, but one of my favorites as well. So we have the Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon from like, there was some boxes that you could get from these. So love the look of all of these alternate arts. I think they look really cool. And then I combined some other sets in there as well. Then we got some Umbreons over here. Unfortunately, I will probably never have the Moonbreon unless I somehow pull it out of a random pack. But even then, if I were to ever pull an Umbreon, a Moonbreon, I'm not gonna lie, I would probably sell that because that is a pretty, I think it's the most expensive card from the Scarlet and Violet era. So yeah, I'd probably sell it. But this one definitely does the trick for me. These two actually, I love both of these Umbreons. I think the artwork is very nice, and not gonna lie, I kind of prefer these over the Moonbreon in my opinion. I think those two are very cool. Then we got some Sylveons, which, oh wait, I guess it doesn't fit here. So we got the Sylveon. I'm trying to keep, like, I was trying to keep them all in one line here. So we got Eevees, Flareons, Jolteons, Vaporeons, Umbreons, Sylveons, Glaceons, and Leafeon. Still missing the big hitters from Evolving Skies because again, they're just ridiculously priced. So they will probably never go down, but maybe at some point if I'll get them because I do love those cards. I do have this Sylveon, but it didn't fit over there, but I should probably put it over there because this is a very cool card. I ended up trading somebody. He traded it to me for a $50 value, which was underneath the current value of this card. So I was like, what the heck, why not? And I picked it up. I love that card. I think it looks really nice. But here are just some more random Eeveelution cards. I love these two. I think the borders look really cool on them. And then I picked these up recently. If you guys saw my shorts, I included all these in the shorts. I think those look really cool too. Moving on, from the some of the more vintage sets, I love these right here. I think they're called Gym Heroes. I just love the look of them with the gym leader like on the bottom right hand corner. So I'm trying to collect all of those. I don't think I have all of them yet. I'm still missing a few, but favorite one definitely has to be that Gengar. And notice how, even though this is a Gengar, I put it here because I just think they look so good in as a collection. So together, these look awesome. Same thing with these. These are the, I forget what they call these, the rainbow rares or something like that. But I do have all of them here, so they're just contained within this page here. So these empty gaps are probably always going to remain empty because this is the full set. Unless they make more of these somehow in a future set. Then I move into Gen 1 legendaries. So we got Mewtwo and then the legendary birds. So on this side, yeah, bunch of cool cards. Love this Mew V. This used to be in my Mew V Max deck, but since it is rotating, I took that deck apart and I put this one back in the binder. I think my favorite card though is probably this one. There's definitely, I think there's another like alternate art version of this one, but I only have this one. I think it looks really cool. We got Mew and Mewtwo in the same card. This one is also very cool. I love Mewtwo with all his gear from the Pokemon movie. I think that looks really cool. Got a really good deal for that one too. Oh, and how could I forget this? I remember these cards from when I was growing up. So when I saw these, I had to pick them up. I got this Mewtwo. I believe this was included as a promo in the movie, if I remember correctly, but I can't remember how you would get these. I'm pretty sure you could get one of these in the movie. Like it was like included as a promo. But then moving into the legendary birds here, we got this glass stained kind of artwork, which I think looks really cool. Love that one. All these art arts are pretty cool. They're different variants. They're Galarian variants, but I'm still including them here. They're still part of the legendary bird, so let's put them there. Oh, I just realized this Zapdos should probably go because it does have the gym or the trainer there. Should probably go over here with this collection, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it there. I need to start going faster because this is a very long video. But we got my Lugia collection here. This is from Gen 2. Right here I only have Suicune. Most of the other cards are included in their sets. Oh my god, this Rayquaza right here. Beautiful card, look at that. I actually think this one, I like this one better than the V Max. I just think Zinnia with the Rayquaza kind of like, I don't know, I just think it looks beautiful. Love that card. We got Giratina, nothing too crazy there. I'm missing this section here from the next gen. Then we got Yveltal, Xerneas, nothing too crazy here again. Solgaleo, my favorite. I did play the Sun and Moon era. I did play the Sun game, and I love this card. I think this looks really nice. I got so here's where I put my the promos from the Zacian and Zamazenta box for Crown Zenith, so they're just in here for now. And then we go into the pseudo legendary. So I have a whole page for Dragonite because I love Dragonite, and here's another one of those cards with the gold text. Dragonite delivering some mail. But my favorite card here, of course, has to be the Sleepy Dragonite. Love that card right there. That one would definitely make it into my top 10. And then we got some Tyranitar Garchomp. This Garchomp is beautiful. And this I have on display, so I'll just show it right now, but I got the Sleepy Tyranitar. Another card that would probably make it in my top 10 list. Love that card, love Tyranitar. Then we got my Pikachu section, because everybody needs a Pikachu section, and then the Pokemon collection. And again, just had to show up that stamp, which again, I remember this card from back in the day. I don't remember how you would get it, but I had it. I don't remember how I got it. There's a lot of great Pokemon Pikachu cards here that I love. I love this one here with red there in the background. I love this one, which was in Crown Zenith, but I still had to include it here just because it had to be here in the Pikachu collection. What else do I love? I love this one. This one looks really cool. I do have that one in Japanese. I was actually supposed to get this one graded. I need to get that one graded. And then I also have Mimikyu included here as well, because why not? It looks like Pikachu. And it goes into, so these pages right here are probably going to be filled with Pikachu at some point too. So I did save a few pages for that. And then after that, I'm just going to include Pokemon cards by type. So here's my grass types. Nothing here yet. My water types, I have that Magikarp. What else do I have here? This Gyarados looks really cool. Probably my favorite card from this page. And then we have the Dondozo promo, the League promo, because I love Dondozo. That Gyarados, shiny Gyarados is pretty cool too. We get into some fire Pokemon. Favorite card here is probably this Rapidash. Saw this randomly at my TCG shop, thought it looked cool, so I picked that up. Here's Lightning, I only have one card there. Here's my, what is this, fighting type? Oh, yes. This Aerodactyl right here. Aerodactyl. Yeah, it's Aerodactyl, right? Yeah, I thought for some reason I was like, that's not right. But it is right. I got the Japanese Aerodactyl there. Love the artwork there. Another one of my favorite Pokemon cards. I really need to make a list. And we got some Psychic cards here. Love this one here with the Togepi, Cleffa, and Jigglypuff. Super cute. What else do I like? This Kadabra too. Then this is just the color disc section. Got a lot of Snorlaxes here. This VMAX, probably my favorite one. I think it looks pretty cool. And then that's it. So we have a lot of empty pages here. And then we go into the waifu collection. So a lot of beautiful cards here. A lot of beautiful waifus in Pokemon. So I'm just going to let you guys see that. See my full waifu collection there. I have some trainer cards as well as some Pokemon cards that feature trainers in them. This one I literally just picked up the other day, put it as part of my shorts. Cynthia and Caitlyn. I think they both look pretty cool. I don't think I played any of their generations, but love that card, so I had to pick it up. Honestly though, my favorite one here is probably going to be this Starmie V, because I did grow up with Misty, love Misty, and I just think this artwork looks really cool. So yeah, that's probably my favorite waifu card right now. The one that definitely I connect with the most. And then we got some more here on the next page. So you see I have a lot of extra like Misty cards there. They're not crazy full art cards, but they're Misties, so I put them there. And if I keep going, I have more pages just for future waifu cards that I might get. And then I have the Team Rocket section here, or really any team, like the antagonists from every gen. I would just put them here. I have some Giovanni's, I have some Jesse and James. So yeah, love those. And then just some random Gaifu cards over here on this side. So some Brocks, and I thought Bog was pretty interesting. Never seen him in Pokemon before. I don't think he probably will show up. I just think this is a really funny card, so I had to keep it in my personal collection. And then that is it. Oh no. I keep thinking that's it, but I forget what's in here. So after I started collecting my pre-release promos from Obsidian Flames and forward, I want to go back and try to collect some more pre-release promos. So because they always come in sets of 4, this is a perfect binder for them, so I can just put them here. I'm still missing some from Scarlet and Violet, from Paldean Evolved. This is for Astral Radiance. And then over here we have all the pre-release promos for Brilliant Stars, Lost Origins, Evolving Skies, and Silver Tempest over here. So eventually I'm going to try to collect as many as I can. We'll see. Some of the older ones might be hard, but yeah. I at least want to complete this. So I want to get all the Brilliant Stars, all Silver Tempest, and all of these as well, just to have all of these complete. But yep, that's gonna do it for my binder collection. Oh no, how could I forget? There is one big binder collection missing, so let's go over that one next. All right, so how could I forget? Scarlet and Violet 151, probably the biggest set of the Scarlet and Violet era so far. Everybody loves this set, and I had to put it in this cool 151 binder that you could buy as one of like the collection boxes. So I bought it and I put my whole master set in this binder because I thought it was fitting. But yep, this one is complete as well. So I'm just gonna kind of turn the pages quickly because this video is pretty long already. And there's really the only big things here is obviously going to be the starters. Those are the ones that everybody looks for in this set, but I personally I do think the artwork from all of these looks pretty nice. I do love it. Had to get the full master set of this one because notice how this is the only one from the Scarlet and Violet era that I did actually do a full master set of, because I also did enjoy this set. Especially all the illustration rares. So I love the Caterpie, love the Pikachu, love the Nidoking, love the Psyduck, love the Poliwhirl, love all of them. Honestly, they're all, they knocked it out of the park with all of these illustration rares. And then this right here, which has the starters, I did end up pulling every single one of these big hitters, so that was very cool as well. Didn't spend honestly that much trying to get the master set for this one, and that was really cool. But I love the artwork on all of these. My favorite one, I don't know, I think I love the I love this one, like the water. I just think it looks really cool. Squirtle in the beach looks really nice. This one looks, I don't know, they all look nice, to be honest. Just something about the water I love here, so I'll probably just go with the Blastoise, but all look really cool. Then we got the Tangela, the Mr. Mime, Dragonair, love this card, one of my favorites as well. We got some full arts, but my favorite ones from this set actually is the Alakazam and the Zapdos EX. Those two, some of my favorite cards in, like, again, would make it into my top 10 list. And then I also put the Mewtwo and the Mew EX special illustration rare that came in the UPC. And the set gets complete here. Here are some of the promos that I picked up, as well as I did actually pick up quite a bit of this collection here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 poster collections. So yeah, I forgot how many of those I got. So maybe I did spend quite a bit in this set. That's why I was able to pull all of those big hitters. But that is my 151 set, and that will complete my binder collection. So now let's quickly take a look at my slab collection. All right, so my slabs should be going pretty quickly because I don't have that many. All of these actually, most of them are Naruto, but starting off we have a Jesse and James Gem Mint 10 from Mana Grading. Notice how I don't grade with the big ones like PSA and Beckett. I think those are the two big ones for Pokemon. But I, not only because I'm partnered with them, but I just personally love the look of their slabs. So I grade all my stuff with Mana Grading. So I do have this one on display with one of my statues. So yeah, love this one right here. Then the one you guys already saw, we got the Lugia V. I was able to get a really cool sort of frame for this one. Probably will do this if I ever slab any of my other favorite Pokemon cards. Then we got the Mewtwo V-Star, which did get a Gem Mint 10 as well. Love the look of the gold foil with the V-Star, the gold V-Star. It's not a gold, but there is like some gold elements to it, like some gold foil on it, so I think it looks really nice. Unfortunately, I did look through there. I did have a Charizard, but I ended up, I don't even know, where are my Charizard UPC promos? I need to look for them because I know I have them somewhere else, but there they are. Did I have them in my personal collection? I don't even remember seeing them there. Let me double check. Ah, I found them. So I have these right here. I probably should put them in the binder because I have these in another section where in a little box that I have of cards that I plan to send out to get graded. But I honestly don't think I'm gonna send these to get graded. I really just want to get the this one graded, which I did, but it got a very poor score of an 8.5, and I ended up selling it at a convention once. So yeah, I don't have it with me, but I do need to get another Charizard, try to grade it so that I have the combo at a Gem Mint 10. So I'm gonna try to do that one day. Oh, okay, I do have it. I could have sworn, maybe I had two. I'm pretty sure I think I've sent two to get graded. I sold one, so I have the 8.5. I don't remember which one I sold, to be honest. But yeah, I do have both of them then. But I definitely want to get a 10 on this one so that you have a nice, so that they pair nicely. But look at that. Even then, they still just look amazing next to each other. Love that combo of cards right there. We got the Lugia V-Star. Probably should have sent the gold one to get graded, but I don't know. I decided to send this one because I believe I had a duplicate and I didn't have a duplicate of the gold one. So I was like, why not? I love Lugia, so had to get this one graded. So I do have the V and the V-Star graded. Unfortunately, couldn't get a 10 there. But honestly, the white actually looks good on this one because it matches kind of like the text on the card itself. I don't know how a gold one, like the gold foil here, would look, but maybe a flawless would look nice because flawless, the mana grading flawless cards look like this. They have like a rainbow shine to them, so that might actually look good, but that will be hard to get. Anyways, moving forward, we have a Haunter at a 9.5. Has a really nice swirl as well. I need to send a Gengar to get graded. I haven't graded any Gengars yet because I haven't found any that look good quality-wise on the card. This one looked really good. I thought I would get a 10, at least a Gem Mint 10, but I got a 9.5, which is still good. So I'm happy with that one. And then, we got the... So yeah, remember when I talked about this one when we were looking at my Paldea Evolved collection? I got the Japanese version, which has the Scarlet Invited stamps, and it graded at a 9.5, which I think is pretty good. Considering that most of these promos usually come in like crumpled and stuff like that, they don't come in very good condition. But this one is a Japanese one, and it looks amazing. Actually has a nice shine to it. So yeah, very happy with that card. And we still got more. We got an Entei Japanese. This one did get a Gem Mint 10. I need to get the Suicune and the Raikou graded as well. I want to have all three of those as a Gem Mint 10. Probably will try to get them in Japanese. I believe I sent this one because I did pull it when I opened up my Japanese V-Star Universe boxes. I did open up some of those boxes and I ended up pulling this one. And then that's it. We go into the Naruto collection. So that is it for my Slab collection when it comes to Pokemon. These are some other stuff that I didn't show off earlier. And I think now we can move on into my decks. Alright, so here are all of my deck boxes that are all constructed. These first two rows are all fully constructed. These last two right here were some that I had to take apart to make some of my newer decks that are up here on the front. But let's go ahead and start taking a look at these quickly. My first one here, I usually like to get the deck box and sleeves of the Pokemon that the deck is featuring. So this is going to be my Charcadet EX deck. And this one is a new deck that I've been playing a lot with recently that is very fun, very good in my opinion. It plays Arceus V and it plays the Charcadet. Mainly you want to play the baby Charcadet so that you can move energies up to the active Pokemon and you can attack with things like Delphox V, with Mew EX, so you can copy the active opponent, the opponent's active Pokemon attack. The Arceus V is there mainly as the first attacker early on in the game to start getting energies on the board. But yeah, this is a very fun deck because you can also play things like, where is it? Should be somewhere in here. That Iron Hands EX. So that is a very fun card to play with because you can take a knockout, and if you do, you take one more prize cards with this attack right here, which is called Amp You Very Much. And then this is the Armor Rouge that you mainly want to get in your bench so that you can fire off, and as often as you like, you may move fire energy from your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon. We also play a Spiritomb there to slow some of our opponent's decks because we don't play any basic Vs with abilities. So that is my Armor Rouge deck. I didn't see the Armor Rouge EX. It's somewhere in here. I have the new full art one, which looks really cool. Did I miss it? There it is. So there it is, the Armor Rouge EX. He's generally there for the end. If you're playing against Charizard EX, even if you have one prize card remaining, they cannot knock out your Armor Rouge EX because of the ability, which says if you have full HP, it takes 80 less damage. So you pretty much have 340 damage, and the most they can do is 330, unless they have some sort of like Vitality Band or something. Then you're screwed. But assuming they don't have that. So that is my Armor Rouge kind of box deck, Armor Rouge box. Love that deck. That's the one that I play right now to be more competitive with. My Goldango, let's take a look at that one because that is the one that I'm playing currently with Tinkaton. And this is the one that I've been starting to play, but I feel like if I were to play at a cup, I think this one might be safer. I do think this one's more competitively viable, but I'm starting to really like this one because I've been doing very good with it, and I have it all blinged out. I have the Palkia Gold V-Star. That is the one that goes in my Crown Zenith binder, but I did take it out to build this deck. Let's see, everything that can be gold is gold, I think, in this deck, because it is Goldango. We got the Goldango EX, all with the special illustration rares. We got the gold rare candies, gold superior energy retrievals, gold energy, water energies. We don't have a gold Spiritomb, but I do have the shiny one in here. Unfortunately, I don't have any gold metal energies, so I do use the 151 holo variant. And the Tinkaton, I love the artwork on that one. That is the pre-release promo. Look at that. Honestly, this would make it in my top 10 artwork, even though it isn't a special illustration rare, or anything like that. It's just a regular holo card that's a pre-release promo, and I love the artwork. But yeah, this one synergizes well with Goldango because you can draw a lot of cards. It lets you draw 3 cards if you discard 1 card from your from your hand. Got the Radiant Greninja with the play stamp right there. We got more Goldango EXs, the Manaphy Crown Zenith Galarian Gallery, the Tinkaton Special Illustration Rare, which does 30 damage for each card in your hand. And you can get quite a lot of cards in your hand with this deck right here, because almost every Pokemon you play draws cards. Gimme Ghouls, we got the Palkia V, and yeah, that is my blinged out Goldango deck. I'm actually kind of loving this deck right now. I need to play with it more, but I think I might like it more than this Armor Rouge deck. Alright, next up we got Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon, really great fast deck right here. If you like fast decks, this right here and Miraidon EX is going to be the way for you to go. It plays water energies. I actually play the Galarian Moltres because I do like that you can use this as a late attacker and kind of swing the prize trade in your favor with that card. Because if they don't take it out, it can just take another knockout. But this one's kind of blinged out as well. I do have the Galarian Moltres V gold card right there. I do play Mew EX, and the rest of it is pretty standard Roaring Moon. So do play all the full art Professor Sawdust Vitalities. I actually do like this Roaring Moon, just the standard EX over the full arts. And I'm not going to play special illustration rares because it would be too expensive to get 4 of those. But yeah, that is my Roaring Moon deck. Continuing with the fast decks, we got my Miraidon EX, which I honestly have not touched this deck in a while. I built it a while ago when it was pretty decent. Nowadays, I really have not played it ever. So it's not updated with the Peony build. It still uses the Path to the Peak. So I usually use the gold Miraidon EXs. I think the gold Miraidon EXs look really cool. So I have, I believe, 3 of those. This one I also play. What's her name? Poppy. Just to try to get that Iron Hands out quicker in some cases, and it also lets me do the Mew EX attack as well if I ever need to do that. Because Poppy does let you move 2 energies from one of your Pokemon to another of your Pokemon. So definitely helps out if you're in a pinch and need to use either Mew EX or Iron Hands. So that is my Miraidon deck. Probably should be updated to the Peony build because that is honestly the best build, because I've played against it and it is very good. It's much better than this build that I have right now. That one is pretty old. Then right here we have the Meowscarada. So this is full-on Meowscarada with so I do play all the special illustration rares, but I play this one with Iron Valiant. So it is one of those decks that I mentioned. I also play all the the McDonald's promos, Sprigatitos, because I do prefer the 70 HP Sprigatitos. But I do play this one with Iron Valiant EX. Definitely helps a lot with Meowscarada's attack. I think they synergize well because Meowscarada does more damage if your opponent's active Pokemon has any damage counters on it, which Iron Valiant can help to do that. And it can also help take out anything else on the bench. We play it with Bibarel. We have the Medicham, which I am very sad that that's going to rotate. So this is a new deck that I've been playing with recently, and I think it's actually a pretty good Meowscarada deck. I love Meowscarada, so I've always wanted, anytime I love like a card and I want to make it work, I generally try to build a good enough deck that I think is pretty good, and I think that is a pretty good Meowscarada deck. So that's why I built that out. Another deck that I've wanted to make work because I love the Pokemon is Tyranitar. And another thing, I love the sleeves and the deck box. I think probably one of my favorite sleeves right here. Just love the way that they look. And I play mine with the Dodrio draw engine so that I can start getting damage counters on the bench, because Tyranitar's attack says that it does 150 plus 100 if you have any Pokemon on your bench that have any damage counters on it. So yeah, I feel like Dodrio is probably the best draw engine here. Plus, it can do a lot of damage too in the later game. So trying to upgrade it right now with the shiny variants of Doduo and Dodrio. I do have the illustration rare Larvitars. I need to get another shiny Annihilate because you guys saw how much I love that look. But I do play that as well because this is also a great late game attacker, because it does 70 damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. So it can knock out pretty much anything towards the end of the game. Got some Forest Seal Stones. I also play some, what's the name? Luminion in here. Where's my Luminion? There it is. I play that Full Art Luminion, so that's my Tyranitar deck. I will say this one's kind of hit or miss. I feel like some days I do very good with it when I play it, and other days I do very bad. So it has the possibility to brick, but when it works, it is a very fun deck to play. And then of course, everybody's favorite, we got the Charizard EX here. These are the sleeves that I use for Charizard, which I don't know if did I show all my other sleeves? For Meowscarada, I use Yotuba. For my Roaring Moon, I have Power Sleeves. For my Armor Rouge EX deck, I have these sleeves right here, which feature Armor Rouge there. For my Goldango, I actually play this right here, which features Raphtalia. And Miraidon was boring with just your standard Dragon Shield sleeve. So I need to show you guys my sleeves. So these are the sleeves that I use for my Charizard deck. And this is just standard Charizard here. The only thing I can show you is that what Charmanders I play. So I play that Charmander since I have quite a few of them. I just upgraded this. I used to play the gold Charizard EXs, but nowadays I swapped out the gold with the shiny Charizard EXs. I play the 151 Charmander. I play a bunch of different Charmanders. I play because I love the look of all of them. So I play that one, that one, that one. And then I think I have one Charmeleon in here. I love the artwork on that Luminion. Oh yeah, it's just another that Charmander. This one is good against Roaring Moon, because if they ever Frenzied Gouging you, you can just bring this one to the active, Heat Tackle for 30. That's why I play 2 of those. So there's my Charmeleon. I do play the 151 variant there as well. And then for my Boss's Orders, I play the regional stamp version of Boss's Order. So I just wanted to show those things that are kind of unique in this deck. So that's my Charizard EX deck. Oh, by the way, one thing that was different too is I play the Delphox V. I just love the Delphox V, and even the mirror matchup is actually pretty good. Then we have my favorite deck of all time. We have Dondozo here. It is my favorite single prize deck. Unfortunately, with rotation, it is going to be very, very bad. It used to be fully blinged out, but because of rotation coming soon, I did move some of the bling from this deck into my Goldango deck mainly. But yeah, so it used to be all gold waters, but I did move some of those to Goldango. Got the Dondozo illustration rares. Beautiful, beautiful card. Irida, definitely want to play that turn 1 going second to get Battle VIP and Greninja and go from there. I have the protective goggles to protect your Dondozo from any Iron Hand shenanigans, because it does remove weakness from basic Pokemon. So they won't be able to amp you very much because it only does 120 and we're at 160. I wanted to bling this deck out so much that I got this $70 energy recycler. I got the Kirlia Silver Tempest promos. This Gardevoir rotating is very bad. I mean, I know Gardevoir plays this, so it's good for that, but because I hate playing against Gardevoir. But it was also really good in my Dondozo deck because the ability Shining Arcana lets you look at the top 2 cards of your deck. If you find any basic energies, you can attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. It does not have to be psychic, it can be any basic energy. So you would always try to get 2 of these out in your bench. And then in the late game, you start energy recycling and super rotting your energy back into your deck. And you can end your game with attacks like Greninja's Moonlight Shuriken, or the big one here is going to be where is it? The KiJugo, which does maximum of 250 damage to 2 benched Pokemon, which you can always pull this off in the late game if you have at least, even if you have just 1 Gardevoir out, you can pretty much pull this one off because you just need 2 water energies, then attach from turn, and then go from there. But yeah, love this deck, so good. I've won so many games with this, very good. And very sad that it's going to be rotating and not be as good. I'm going to try to make it work, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. We'll see. All right, next up we got Gyarados here because this is I do have Miku on here because it's blue and it's a water deck. But it has some proxies as well. I played this one with Palkia, and where is it? Gyarados EX. I've always loved this card because it can do 180 damage, and if your opponent's active Pokemon has any damage counters on it, it does 180 more. When you hear when you guys hear damage counters, you guys already know I'm gonna be playing this with. Oh, I also got that Altart Suicune V with Iron Valiant. So I think these synergize very well. I also got the energy stickers because that Gyarados requires a lot of energies. So if I ever need to Palkia V-Star to a Greninja to try to get an early 2-hit KO with Greninja, then I do use the energy stickers to try to attach all that energy requirements for the Gyarados. Because it requires 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energies in order to do that Tyrannical Tail. But I also do play some double turbo to get those 2 colorless. But yeah, this is a very fun deck. I think it's actually, I built this one on my own. Didn't really, I just wanted to play Gyarados. So I tried to build a good Gyarados EX deck, and I think Iron Valiant is the way to play that. So this is my second Iron Valiant deck that you guys have seen. Moving on to this one right here. This one is the sauce right here. This is my special deck right here. I've actually played this one a lot too and have done pretty good with it. It is my Cloth Electrode Valiant deck. So what I did was, I took apart my Entei Valiant deck because I felt like I didn't have a good matchup against Charizard and like Roaring Moon and some of this other stuff. And I combined it with my Electrode Cloth deck. So this one doesn't play the Radiant Sneasler, but I really don't think you need it. It's just, I've played it quite a bit to the point where this is actually a very good deck. It can beat Charizard and Roaring Moon pretty easily. It also beats Miraidon. So during that meta where those were like the big decks, I would always go into like challenges or pack per wins and just sweep everybody with this deck because it has a good matchup against those 3. It also has a good matchup against Lost Zone box because of the Iron Valiants. If I'm playing against that, I usually focus more on Iron Valiant and the Medicham plays. So yeah, overall, I think it has a good matchup spread. So this right here is one of my favorite decks right now, to be honest. I haven't played it recently because I've been testing more with the Goldango, but really good deck. Love it, to be honest. One of my favorite decks because I just love playing the Iron Valiant. And then this one right here is another special deck that I think is very fun, but it is, what does it have a bad matchup against? It has a bad matchup against Lost Zone Box. So for some reason I thought Lost Zone Box was gonna rotate, and I thought this deck would be very good moving forward, but it doesn't have a good matchup against Lost Zone Box, and it's still very much gonna be active, so maybe not a good thing to play. But against any other deck, it is very fun because you're gonna be playing Alolan Eradicate to get your Pokemon's, your opponent's Pokemon to 10 HP, and then you just keep doing that, and at the end you sweep the whole board with Meowscarada EX, Alakazam, and Medicham. I have literally had a 6-prize turn with this deck against Charizard, and not only Charizard, it's happened a few times where I've had a 6-prize turn. I think I played against Goldango once, and I had a 6-prize turn with them as well. This is a very, very fun spread deck. It's just fun to play every now and then if you know the local meta won't have many Lost Zone Box, which is the case sometimes, but most of the time a lot of people love their Lost Zone Box, so not safe to play when you see that around. Come on. All right, and then these guys back here are just, I believe these are not fully constructed decks. So this is my Regidrago V-Star, which I did play at the San Antonio Regionals. If you guys haven't seen my my vlog for that one, but I play with Leafeon V. I think it's missing battle VIPs and stuff. So yeah, it's not fully complete, but that's a Lumineon. But this was what I played over there. And I actually tried playing it again recently, and it did not do very well. So I am retiring this deck. I am just gonna, unless somebody starts to bring it back somehow with the new meta, we'll see. But it keeps breaking for me, so yeah, I'm not too fond of it right now. And then this was my Tinkaton deck before I took it apart. So yeah, all of those are gonna be cards that I took out to put into my Goldango. So yeah, I used to play it with the Milotic, some Rotoms, the Radiant Jirachi. I even had a Pidgeot EX in there. I had this to give me a little bit more HP, and the Tinkatons. So that's gonna do it for all of my decks. I believe I did show you guys all of them. Oh, by the way, these are the sleeves that I used to use for my Tinkaton deck. Very cool custom sleeves, one of my favorite sleeves actually. And that's gonna do it. Those are all of my decks. As you guys can see, I love deck building. A lot of these I built on my own, like the Dondozo. I pretty much built from the ground up. Charizard, I kind of took lists. Tyranitar, I built on my own. This Meowscarada, I built on my own. This one, I did take the list from one of the recent regionals. Let's see, my Gyarados deck is one of a kind, I don't think anybody wants to play Gyarados EX, but I wanted to, so I built it. And then this one's also one of a kind. I don't think I've seen anybody play Tinkaton with Goldango or this. Actually, I have seen some people play this. I've started to see it pop out a little bit online where people play Iron Valiant with Cloth Electrode. So that's all of my decks. The last thing to show you guys is my Playmat collection. All right, so been filming for quite a while now, but we're finally here to the end. This is the last part of my Pokemon collection that I'm going to share with you guys, and it is my Playmat collection. So here, this top one is the main one that I use. I just love the artwork on here. I think it's really cool to have Pokemon v Yu-Gi-Oh, both things that I loved growing up. When I saw this, I bought it right away. Somebody had it at my local, at a local challenge night, and I just bought it from them because I loved it so much. So yeah, probably my favorite playmat right here. Then moving on, we got some regional playmats. So I got this one when I went to my first regional at where was that? Pennsylvania? Yeah, Pennsylvania. So they had a lot of side events and stuff, so you could win some playmats as well. So this is one of the ones that I won because I loved the Regidrago deck. But you guys know now that I'm not too fond of it nowadays, but still have the playmat Regidrago, pretty cool. Next up, we got Miraidon because I also got this one at Pennsylvania, one of the ones that I won, because I was planning on playing Miraidon at the time. But nowadays, I don't really play Miraidon anymore, but I still have the playmat, and I still plan to keep these just because I think it's cool to have the regional playmats. And you never know, maybe at some point Miraidon gets really good again, so I might end up playing it in the future. Then we have this high school DxD playmat, which I actually did take to play locally a few times, but there have been more like younger kids going to them now. So when I started to see that, I decided, you know what, maybe it's not best to take this one. But I do love this playmat. I believe it's very beautiful with Rias on here and Akino. Moving on, we got this one right here, which came in a Crown Zenith box. Honestly, never used this one, never really planned to use this one. I just kind of have it because it came in one of my collection boxes. But yeah, it's fine. It's just, I love some of the other playmats that I have more. We got this one that I just got recently. We got a Denji and Pochita, Love Chainsaw Man. And when I saw this one, I got it pretty cheap for like 10 bucks on AmiAmi. So I got it and it's cool. I actually think the quality is very nice for 10 bucks. So yeah, something that I will probably be taking to my local scene pretty soon. We got the Eevee. I have taken this a few times because I do love Eevee, so I use that sometimes. Every now and then, like sometimes I just go through my playmats and I just take whichever playmat I feel like taking. So I've taken that one before. Chin Pao. Unfortunately, I'm not a big Chin Pao player, but this was the one that was given to you was this one for San Antonio? I think this was the one they gave you at San Antonio. No. This one was for Pittsburgh. Yes, I remember now. But I don't really play Chin Pao, so I probably won't be using that one much. Then we got a Makima one, which I used this one quite a bit. Because for a while I was using Makima sleeves in my Charizard deck, and I would use this playmat when playing Charizard. So this one definitely has seen a lot of play, but I have transitioned to other playmats now. But definitely would not be. I can definitely see myself using this one again. Then we got these starters right here, super cute. I have taken this one a few times as well, just because everybody loves the starters, right? Although the only thing I don't like is the nose design. So I've got this one from Rubicon Gaming, which does their own original designs, and I just feel like their nose designs is a little strange, but still pretty cute. Then I got the Mew, which actually seems to have flattened out a little bit better, because it was really bad on the edges. I believe it was like pointing upwards. Now it's pointing downwards, but that's much better than before. But when I was playing Mew VMAX for a bit, I actually did use this this playmat, and it actually looks really good with pink sleeves. Let me show you guys. This used to be my Mew VMAX deck, which I forgot to show you guys, but it's pretty much taken all apart now. I used to play with the Luxray and the Grabbers. I already took out all my Mews, so no more Mews in here. But I just think it looks really good pink with this playmat. So I might use these sleeves for a different deck and play this playmat again, because I just think it looks super good, super nice. So that's that. Then we have the Charizard UPC playmat, which I hate because it's so thin, as you can see here. So yeah, not a big fan of this one. I don't think I've ever used it. We got Power, which I've used as well. I use this one whenever I decide to play Roaring Moon, because my Roaring Moon has my Power sleeves. So you guys want to see what that looks like? Here's my Roaring Moon deck. And here are my Power sleeves. So yeah, it looks very nice. Very, very good. So yeah, I always use this playmat when I play this deck. And then possibly my favorite, just standard playmat that has the play stamp and everything and features a Pokemon, has to be this Meowscarada Champion playmat, which you can only get this if you win a cup. I did not win a cup, but I knew somebody that won a cup, and I was able to trade them to get this. And I will not tell you guys how much I traded for it, but it was worth it because I love Meowscarada, and yeah, that was Meowscarada. And this was the playmat that we got at San Antonio. So even though I have a playmat that features Roaring Moon, I still prefer to use my power playmat just because of the sleeves. So much more prefer the aesthetic of this one over this one, even though still very cool playmat, and I'm just gonna keep it in my Pokemon original collections. And that is it for my playmats, guys. And that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys stuck around, props to you, because this is gonna be a super long video. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And happy Pokemon Day. See you guys in the next video.